Namaskar. Hi.
Hello.
Welcome to the Kabaddi show, I would say channel. And as I promise you, so I will bring you the peoples who actually the hero. Hero means behind the scene. I would call unsung hero. You know the player when they play, so watch them, and you know them, you follow them. But behind the players, who they are, and they doing the job without any grudge, spending their own time. So today we go very special guest, Mr. Wyman. He's the executive member of World Kabaddi, and he's also the president of Hong Kong Sport Federation. And I don't know why. So let's ask him why he pick up Kabaddi and what are the challenges he faced to Kabaddi. Mr. Wyman, welcome to the Kabaddi Co channel, and thanks for your time today.
It's my pleasure. Thanks a lot for inviting me to this channel and have a chance to talk to you and also talk to the audience.
Yes, I am not professional presenter, and I just this is my hobby, and just want to let the people know across the world. They don't know how is a kabaddi established in the foreign country, Western country, right? Okay, so tell
Mm.
me a little bit about yourself.
Mm. So I'm from Hong Kong. I was born in this place and then grew up in this place. And I am working in university in the department of anthropology and teaching cultures, teaching society. And my research interest is about South Asian cultures. So when I was doing my PhD study, I researched on Nepali cultures, and then start to know more and more about South Asian cultures. And after I finished my PhD study is about drug use, the drug problems, and then I get to know a lot of young people because of the history of Hong Kong. This is also a British colony, and then we also have a lot of South Asian populations. And through my research, I know many of them, and and then we are always saying that. We are living in a parallel world. So even though we live in the same society, but somehow we never get a chance to come across, and this create a lot of problems. And then that's how I start to think, what we can do or we should do so that we can break this parallel world and then bring people together. So this is the brief introduction.
So tell me, Wyman, why did you think about the kabaddi and the search for kabaddi, and why you think the kabaddi can do this? What you was thinking?
Yeah. So and then because as I share with you, I study the drug problem, and I always say that there are many ways to solve the problems. You can send them to the rehab centers, and then or the worst case, you can send them to the prisons. But this is not good, and this is the last solution. And if we can solve the problems in the very beginning, then we don't need those imprisonments, those punishments. And then how can we solve the problem in the very beginning? This is what we said, that we need social integration. And what would be the good method for social integration? And again, in Hong Kong, we seldom talk about ethnic relations. And we seldom talk about intercultural ideas.
Mhm.
And we always say that, as long as we respect one another, we don't cause trouble for one another, then that's fine. But again, this won't bring people together. So, in university, we always think, oh, other than staying in the office, we should also go to the society to make some social impacts. And then we start to think, what we can do. And so we think a lot of different projects. And then one of the project is how about sports? And sports is a very good tool because it is about body. Some not we can solve the language barrier problems, because in Hong Kong that many Hong Kong people, they can only speak Cantonese, and then many South Asians they only speak English and their
Mm.
own language. So we need to break this kind of language barriers. And again, sports is mostly about the body. Then we can use our body to communicate, and then we think it is a good media. But again, we start to think what kind of sports. And when we talk to our South Asian friends, and they share with me that cricket is the most popular sports
Yeah.
in South Asia. But then of course, cricket is a very good game, but somehow it needs a lot of instruments and also needs a very huge place. And we can't afford. It is very difficult for us to afford that. And then I asked them, are there any other simpler games which is fun, which is team sports, and then easy to learn, and then for the audience when they watch the game, and then they will also find it fun and exciting and easy to understand. Then they mentioned the childhood game that they play in the school, that is Kabaddi. And they share with me that yeah, when they were small in the schools, they would play this game.
Mhm.
And but somehow after they came to Hong Kong, they stopped playing, and then they say that because nobody know this game. But somehow when they have their own time, they will still play, and then I tried the game, and then I found that it's fun, and yeah, it's easy to learn, and then and but somehow it involves a lot of skills, and so I think that yeah, many Hong Kong Chinese would also love this game, and then we start to try our kabaddi.
Wow. Wow. Good story. Tell me when you pick up, okay, this is the game, we're going to go for it, right?
Uh-huh,
How
uh-huh.
did you break the barrier?
Yeah,
Where did you start?
yeah.
Where did you begin? How did you dig it?
So as I share with you that in the very beginning, we only want to use this game, this yeah, just as a game to bring
Mhm.
people together. But then uh, people start to join us, and then they realize that this is not only a game, it's a formal event in international tournaments. So we need proper training, and then if we want to further promote and develop this game, and then this is the first barrier that we make, that we do not have a professional coach or professional player among us. And at that time, it is back in 2015, and at that time I tried to look for some players and coaches in Hong Kong. I really could not find. And what would be the solutions is
Mhm.
that I try to learn it by myself. So I yeah, look at the YouTubes, and then also try to go to different places,
Yep.
and to see how other people promote and play kabaddi. So the one place that I went is Taiwan, because Taiwan is close to us. It's only 1 hour flight, and
Yep.
they have kabaddi for more than 10 years,
Oh,
so much ahead of us. So at that, and also we have a similar cultures, and I start to learn from them. And then other than going to Taiwan, and then I also went to Nepal, India, and
mm.
then Europe. As you know, that's how we met in 2016. And then
Oh,
yeah, I went to these places to see how they promote kabaddi and play kabaddi.
I think you are the first I know before start and study and then travel many country. How is kabaddi? Why they playing kabaddi? I think you are the first one I met. So when I met you in England, when you came for England, so I said, no, I am not the only mad person. There's the other one, right? Who traveled from Hong Kong to England just want to know the kabaddi.
Mm. Yeah, 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 yeah. So yeah, because it was a surprise to me that when I tried to check the online information, and then seeing that Kabaddi actually is not only in South Asia, and then it is widely played in Europe and in America. And then
Yep.
I tried to find out who brought the sports to Europe, and then I found out your name, and then that's how I yeah, contact you. And I still remember it's my wife who first sent you a
Yep.
message through the Facebook page, and then
Yep.
yeah, we don't know one another, and then just saying that we are now in Europe, and then learning about the history of kabaddi in Europe, and then yeah, you are very nice. You reply to our message and then said, come to Europe and come to England, and we can meet, and then yeah, we can talk, and yeah, then that's how I went to Birmingham to meet you.
Yeah, I remember, and I know. Yes, your first training in England with the girl team.
Yeah, being tackled by them.
And I remember that, right? And I still remember when I requested you, I said, why you not start play or start making a team in Hong Kong? You said, no, no, this is not for me. I don't think I
Mhm.
can do it. But I said, no, I can see the vision in you. You can do anything. You said, oh, no, no, I'll see. And then after we met in 2016 in World Cup in
Yeah,
India,
yeah, yeah. That's
yes.
our. Yeah, we first it met in Birmingham, and then next we met in India. Yeah,
Then they
in
saw, I said, no.
Ahmedabad.
I said, yes, Wyman is not like have a fun. He's a serious. He's a serious to promote kabaddi or love kabaddi. So then I remember when you came to meet me in the hotel, I asked, yes, next year, next time when World Cup, you must have your own team. You said, oh no, I'll see. I said, yeah, you can do it. You said,
Oh,
oh, it's hard. I said, no, you can do it. I still remember. But now here we are, you
yeah.
established. And now tell me about your team in Hong Kong.
Yeah. So yeah, and then after traveling in different places, and then start to get to know more what is the professional kabaddi, and I still think that I'm not good enough. I just get a very a brief idea. What I really need is someone who has played kabaddi for a longer period of time. And luckily that when I went to Taiwan, and I met some Hong Kong people there, because it's quite common for some Hong Kong Chinese who could not finish, who could not go to university in Hong Kong, and they would study in Taiwan. And then you probably also know him. This is Wei Chun, and then he studied in Taiwan and played kabaddi. And I met him, and then he he is a really good one. So when he has summer holiday, I went back to Hong Kong, and I asked him to be our kabaddi coach, and then
Yeah.
we start to form the kabaddi team. And I also luckily that find a good friend who can provide us the place to play kabaddi regularly. So then we start to do the recruitment through the social media. People came, we provide the training, and form the first we form the women's team, and then next we form the men's team.
Tell me, it's not easy to set up any body, means association, federation, and
Mhm.
look for the player as well. How you did it? It was hard or easy?
Yeah, in so from several aspects. If talking about money, and then luckily that because I earlier shared with you that our vision is to do ethnic integration, to bring people of different cultural backgrounds together. And in fact, in Hong Kong, the government also wants to do this job, so they will set up some funding for people to apply to do this. And so because of for sports itself, it is very competitive. There are many different sports in Hong Kong, and they are also all looking for resources. But somehow, yeah, if we have some social mission, it's easier for us. So then this help us to get the funding, and then with the funding we can also do more promotions, so we can go to different secondary schools, different NGOs, social communities, to promote this sports. And people also welcome us, like many NGOs, they always want to do some ethnic integration work, but somehow they don't know how to do. So they invite us, and we are welcome, and the youths also love this game. So when we say we are going to have the recruitment for the Hong Kong team, then they come and join us. So And also in Hong Kong, there are many youths. They love to try new things. So that's also explain how it helps us to recruit new members.
Oh, how I know you full time working in a college as a lecturer,
Uh-huh.
and in college you got too
Yeah.
much work, right? And then training. When is a new sports, you develop something new, you need to give a full time. How did you balance? And you also married, you got beautiful daughter as well, right? So how did you manage your study and your social life and kabaddi?
So I just merge everything together. So yeah, in my lessons, and then I would always arrange some sections for the hands-on kabaddi, and then I would say that you are my students, you have to learn kabaddi. So when I teach culture of Hong Kong, or when I teach sports culture, and then I would introduce a chapter talking about kabaddi. So this helped me. Actually, when I am promoting this, developing this sport, but actually it also helps my teaching in university. And and also actually it is teamwork. So not only me, and I also get some good partners who help me to promote and organize this federation together. And for my wife and my daughter, Ayumi and Maya, and yeah, I also trap them and then ask them to yeah do it together, so they are also happy to do that. And
Wow.
they
Wow.
she helps me to uh, yeah look after some admin stuff. I still remember in the very early days that I still cannot find any coaches,
Yeah.
and only me. And then I
Yeah.
said I cannot do it, and you have to do it with me.
Yeah.
So she also came, and then when I do the demonstration, and then she will help me to do the I do it together. So
Okay.
that's how we did. And yeah,
See,
yeah, I really feel lucky that they
yeah.
also support me.
Okay, that's I believe that you are lucky because I go the same sport. If you don't have a sport from home, right, you can't. I don't think it's hard for you, right? So you need a sport, right? So sport from home is better. Like your wife doing it, and she's still doing it, and you succeed. Okay, that's a good. Right? Everybody's
Yeah.
effort. As you said, it's not one man show, right? So
No,
it's
no, no.
everybody. It's a collective effort. That's
Mm.
why I always said to people, right? Don't think I am the president, he is the vice president, someone is a general secretary. They all go the duty to play. And when
Mm.
everybody do their duty perfectly, then is a rise, then is a rise up, then federation rise up. If
Mm.
somebody see president can do everything, no, there's no magic. There's no magic for everyone, right? So together we can lift it. So
Mm.
it's better for any sports, any house, or any business. If you work together and become together, I think that's it. That's the success.
Yeah, yeah, I totally agree. That's yeah, I cannot do everything. So I yeah feel really lucky that I have a very good team to work together. So I'm weak in something. For example, I'm really weak in discipline. So I mean, discipline the team members, and then we have someone who is good at it, and then they do
Yep,
this job. So
yep,
this is how
good.
we work together.
Yep, that's it. Yeah, and I can see your the poster behind. I can see your shirt. That's a passion. That's a passion. That's what I always done. Wherever I go, I travel with my England Kabaddi logo. I love it.
Yeah, yeah.
Tell me one thing, Wyman, and because you are a very educated and smart person, um, how we can develop the kabaddi on global quickly? Because we Western country, more Western country, we suffering lack of funding, right? And I think any federation, any business, you need funds. You need funds. Without funds, and it's slow you down for growing up. So, what is your suggestion?
Yeah, I am really new to this field. I'm also trying to learn from the others, and I always believe that yeah, what I learned is that when people talk about sports, there are always two levels. One is the elite sports, and the other is the grassroots levels.
Yeah.
And if yeah, in the yeah, if we can have a good groundwork at the grassroots levels, and then it will be easier to go to the elite level. And
Mm.
then for the elite level, of course, they will be very professional, and then they will have a lot of training. And for the grassroots level, it's like just for leisure, and
Mm.
then for building the community. And I believe that yeah, I don't know. When I was in Hong Kong, I was always when I'm in Hong Kong, I was always told that nowadays the kids, the youths are very individualistic, and they only stay at home, and then they only play the TV game, play computer, and
Yes. More. Yes.
they forget about the communities. And actually, nowadays in our society, we really need a lot of community work to bring people together again.
Yeah.
So so we in Hong Kong we try to use this approach. This is developing a social enterprise, and then with the social vision to bring people together. And especially these days, the news, the Black Life Matter, and then you can see that yeah, without a integrated community, sometimes the problems can
Yeah.
become very big.
Very big.
So
Yeah. You're right.
yeah, and then one thing that I like about it is a team sports. And then when you are doing the defending, and then you have to hold the hand together.
Yes.
So you have to
That
yeah,
is show.
hold
Yes. Yes.
together, yeah,
Yep.
to show the unity.
Unity.
And
Yep.
no matter who is your next person, whether you like
Doesn't.
him or
Yep.
you hate him,
Doesn't
and then you
matter. Yeah.
still need to do the defense together. And this is a very good, nice message. So to let people of different backgrounds come together. And yeah, if this can build a good grassroots level of Kabaddi development, then I think that it will be easier to go to another level.
I want to add in there when you said holding hand together, next, left, right? It's
Yeah, yeah.
bring togetherness, right? I'll tell you in India's a long time back, and there was still in the villages, some villages, still this problem. You know the caste system? The
Mm.
caste system. So there was a scenario in the game. There was a match in the village, and the team was playing, the
Mm-hmm.
opposition team, there was the player who was a small caste, right? And then the
Mm.
other was the upper caste, right?
Uh-huh,
So
uh-huh.
when he raid, right, he have to touch, make a
Mm-hmm.
contact, right? Touch.
Mm-hmm.
If he
Mm-hmm.
touching the upper caste, right, it's problem. The family is
Oh.
not feeling good.
Uh-huh.
Or if he's a defender and the next player, like left Jan in or out, they holding his hand is not good because
Uh-huh.
lower caste, upper caste.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And this was the issue that time in Kabaddi. So if he go, he
Ah.
can't touch him because he is lower
Mm-hmm.
caste. So
Mm-hmm.
actually Kabaddi, they bring, as you said, together, no caste.
Mm-hmm.
So slowly in the village, the people want to play Kabaddi to make sure they don't believe in upper, lower caste
Mm.
because they are holding a hand
Mm-mm-mm.
and the touching. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
maybe they're grabbing, maybe they're
Uh-huh.
hugging because when they grab, they put it down, right? So
Uh-huh.
make sure you have to take from your head upper, lower caste.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Kabaddi plays that role into the village, become together. And
Mm-mm-mm.
slowly players start accepting, okay, no problem, that's just the game, go and play.
Mm.
So this way, they are becoming more together.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's a important message. Yeah. So, yeah, in sports, and then yeah, this is a way to break barriers.
Yeah, the sports, the definition of the sports, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Is equality, no racism, unity, no
Mhm.
color, no caste.
Mm,
It's one.
mm,
It's one.
mm, mm,
I tell you the one thing, when I start playing my game, Kabaddi, I went to for training. So there was a 15, 20 people training. And after 15 minutes, because it's summer, they was having a sip of water. There wasn't any bottle, okay? There was a bucket outside the ground. So people having a sip, right? I
mm,
saw everybody having a sip in the same bucket. So that's not it's a pure. So I run from there, 5 minutes away from the ground, there was a tap. So I drank that water, come back. When I came back and my coach saw me, he called me, come here, where you been? I said, just drink water. He said, okay. He said, what's that? I said, water. He slapped me. He said, can't you drink that water? I said, everybody put their hand and drinking. He said, okay. He said, this is the sports. If you can't do that, go home. He said, push me. He said,
oh,
don't come tomorrow. He said, this
I
is the
see.
sports. This is sports. There's
Uh,
no higher, no lower, no pure, right?
yep, yep,
Everything,
yeah.
yes, you have to share it. Then second
Uh-huh.
day, I drank water from that bucket, and then I learned.
Oh. You have met a good coach.
Yes, you learn, right? So you learn by mistake. And
Uh-huh.
from there, I said, no, that's the sports. Sports mean unity, togetherness, no
Mhm.
caste, right? That's it.
Mm.
That's it. Sports, and I think this sports delivering a good message across the world. I don't know why the sports authority not finding good in this game. Otherwise, this game will be have a more shape, right? Different shape.
Yeah.
No equipment, right? Anybody can afford it. Okay, no race, nothing at all. Yes. So I don't know why we still. So anyway, tell me about the word body, because you are the executive member. So tell me, because when is a new association or federation made, there's a lot of challenges front of them. Especially there's a funding across the Western country. Kabaddi is not been believed yet like the other, and not given the status like the other sports, right? And not funding. So how you think in the World Kabaddi future?
I was quite impressed about the World Cup that we had last time,
Last year?
last year in Malacca in Malaysia.
Yeah.
So yeah, we didn't have too many resources, and but somehow we still have teams from Europe, from Australia, from Asia, and we play together. For me, it's quite impressive. And then we can also have both a men's team and a women's team.
Yes.
And uh, so I still believe that, yeah, there are many different ways to develop a sport.
Hmm.
You can develop a sport that can be very glamorous,
Hmm.
and then with lots of coverage by the TV, by the newspaper, and yeah, but I also think that there can be different kinds of possibilities. So if we can, as long as we can create a environment that the sport is clean, and then people can also enjoy in the tournament.
Hmm.
The tournament itself is fair, and then allows different teams from different places.
Yep.
As a while ago we said that people from different backgrounds, and then we play together. Then I think it's already an achievement. So this is the magic of the collective efforts. So if you expect one person and one federation to effort effort for everything, and
Yep.
then it's not fair. And then so somehow if we share our share the burden together, and
Hmm.
then collect everyone contribute a little bit, and actually we can create a very huge force. And I believe that yeah, this will be one important direction for us to go. And then the other thing is that yeah, the other important achievement is that we try to bring this sport out of, not really out of, but other than India. And then if this sports always stays in India, and then people will just think that this is an Indian game, and then it's not a world sport or not a global sport.
Yeah.
So if we can do it outside India, and then this can slowly change people's idea. So that's what I, yeah, what really impressed me last time in the World Cup.
I think you said the very good views and example. Yes, if sports have been out of India and play out of India, and people will be pick up, right? But at present, everybody thinking this is an Indian sport, and that's it. Indian have to do everything. Indian have to be order or whatever. So I don't think it's a good idea. And this is a sports, and sports is for everyone. Whoever like to play, they can play. So it's
Mhm.
not bonded for one country or any other country, right? So I think by loving these sports or sporting these sports, and we should help each other and not involve in any politics or any gossip things, right? And
Mhm.
now
Mhm.
I think everything is open. There's a media. You can go on a website and ask question. Yes, if you're not know, if you're not satisfied, or if you don't know the answer. But this is, I think, my vision. And
Mhm.
there's many things, and I think always try to do your good what you doing it, and don't listen people. Not listening people for the good thing, listening for the bad, right? So we can't, I think, satisfy to everyone. Okay, so what you say is right. Okay, but time will tell. When times come, time will tell. But I hope one day, and there are many association federations. Yes, my request to every time, everyone, yes, come together, play together, and we all giving our times and putting our efforts to develop this sports. If we developing this sports or love this sports just for kabaddi, so why we are split? Why we can't work together? There's no hide and seek. We don't hide. What we hide? We don't hide anything. If we don't hide, so why can't we work together and help to each other? So what do you think? What your thought on this?
So what I see is that in many sports federation,
Mhm.
yeah, one of the big problem is the monopolistic power. So many big federations, they will enjoy the monopoly and not ready to share the power with others.
Wow.
And sometimes it's quite contradictory to the yeah, sports values. So a while ago we are talking about fair play, equality, democracy, but somehow the sports federation itself is the most undemocratic one. And again, I'm new to the sports field, but sometimes this kind of situation always make me confused. That how come the players try to follow the rules, follow the games, and then play very hard. But somehow people in the managerial level, they are playing another game
Mhm.
with a very
Yeah.
bad rules. So so in the end, what is the who is the sports for? So is for the mass media, is for the television, or for the those people in the managerial levels in the federation, or for the players? So sometimes I always feel that yeah, doing a lot of things and having a lot of arguments, but in the end, who really benefit, what I always see is not the players. And then it's only a very small group of the people who get the benefits from it. So yeah, sometimes I yeah, it's not only Kabaddi. I guess in many sports we also see similar kinds of situation. But if we can make a breakthrough, make a change, then we are really changing the sports culture.
Yes, you are right. I think that's very valuable points what you raised, right? And yes, still, this is what I'm looking since I started, right? Who is the kabaddi for? I'm just talking about a kabaddi, right? Is for player, or is for management, or is for the media? Who, right? And then the players, they are the innocent, and they want to play kabaddi, so they get sometimes frustrated, get angry, because they try very hard, practice, okay, give their time, but there's no way they can show their talent. And then small amount of yeah, you said the people, they just take the advantage, right? So
Mhm.
they, what is called the food is ready on the plates, right? And sometimes someone prepare it, and the clever, they just steal it and eat it,
Mm.
right? And then making their own things, okay?
Mhm.
So I feel sorry for the players as well and the people who misled, right? But I
Mhm.
always said there's no harm to ask. If you don't understand, ask. If you don't ask, you don't get it, right?
Mhm.
And must ask. There's no harm to ask question. Yes, if you got the answer, you are not happy, it's up to you. But as long you ask, but never keep it within you, right? This is open. This is not a personal thing. This is a kabaddi. It's kabaddi for everything.
Mhm.
If there's no players, there's no association. There's no association, there's no player.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
So this is the bond between the players and the association, okay, to work together for the
Mhm.
better
Mhm.
future.
Mhm.
Yeah. So this is the always I said, but again, anyway, I always think there is a room, right? There's a room for the other people to come in and fix in, join in. Okay, so I never regret. So any message you want to give to the player, special message on kabaddi? Um or the Hong Kong Kabaddi lover or the world Kabaddi lover, what is your message for them?
Uh, yeah, for me, I have to say thank you to my players. Yeah, so just let me share a short story. So we 2 years ago we met in Johor Bahru for that international Kabaddi challenge,
Okay.
and yeah, I brought the women's team and to join the competition, and we met New Zealand, India, Taiwan team. We lost all the games,
Okay.
and for New Zealand we are pretty close, but somehow in the end we still lost, and it's a very rigorous game, and in the end many of my team members got injuries. Some twist her neck, and then some broke her arms.
Because
And
New Zealand girls, they are quite heavy and strong.
yeah, after that I were told that they used to play rugby, play MMA, and then
Yeah.
they are very strong players.
Yes.
And when we were having dinner, we're having the hot pot on the streets,
Mm,
and that dinner is very quiet.
mm.
Nobody was talking. Everybody was eating very quietly. And at that moment, I was really worried that would they really be dejected, frustrated from this game. And then when we went back to Hong Kong, would they still play Kabaddi? And at that time, I have this kind of a doubt. And then, but somehow, a player broke the silence, and
Okay.
then she asked, "When are we going to have the legs training?"
Oh,
And
wow.
then, so I was so glad, and then to see that, wow,
Wow.
you
Yeah, that,
girls are
that's a
really,
spirit. That's a
really
spirit.
strong. Yeah. So yeah, this is what I I really appreciate my team members. So we don't have many resources, and we don't have we don't have very good coaches, and everything is has to rely on ourselves. But somehow, when I talk to them, they say that I really love this kabaddi game, and I they also don't know what is the magic inside, and then somehow they were totally attracted to it. So they would say that. Yeah, let's do it better. So the idea is just like we are not good enough, but they just hold the belief that we'll do better than the last time. So they keep trying and trying. So I just hope that my team members can always hold this kind of attitude.
Mm.
And yeah, so of course winning the game is important. So this is the one of the important goals, but I still believe that the process is also very important.
But again, Wyman, if you don't have a taste losing, losing the game, and you can't, I don't think you have a taste for the victory.
Mm.
So losing, when you are lose or you lose the game or tournament, you got the passion burning and you got the desire, right?
Yeah.
When you win after that, that's a different level.
Yeah. 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 It's true. True. No pain, no gain.
No game. Yeah, that's it. I always said to my player when we went for a competition, I said, hey, winning, losing, yes, for me, doesn't matter because one have to win. They win whoever show their talents. Okay, you got your talents, you learn, you practice, but some they will be get nervous. They are unable to show their talents. Okay, and
Mhm.
sometime you go your day. You not train very hard, but that's your day. Okay, anything you do is good for you. Okay,
Mhm.
and you won. Okay, so if you get in your yes, I have to win, I have to win. Yes, everybody here to win, but just show what you learn and learn from your opposition. If you think your opposition is better than you, learn and then develop in the same time.
Mhm.
So next match you can use the same skill. That's quick learning. If
Mhm.
you had a pressure here, oh, I have to win, but the opposition is very strong, you dead. Your game is not just your practice and what you learn or your body. Mentally, if you are mentally upset, your body is not going to cope with you.
Mhm.
I think first thing you need when you go for a competition, your mindset. If your mindset is okay, the mind sends the signal to your body to prepare for a fight. If your mind is upset, your body is not right because body get the message from the mind. So need your mindset before you enter to the competition.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes people think sports is only physical. Not true.
No,
It's
no.
mental.
It's mental, physical, then your strategy as well. So on the ground, on that day, you have to make a strategy. How you gonna win today?
Mhm.
You gonna send against someone. Okay, you have to prepare that day and that time. I would like to thank all the player, Wyman is an England player or a Hong Kong player around the world. Their their effort and their time for the kabaddi and the believing in kabaddi, right? And
Mhm.
if there's no player, there's no team. I always said that. I respect players, always respect, but sometimes it's nothing to in your hand. You can do what the player want to do or player want to get. You can't provide, okay, because this is a new sport, right? And
Mhm.
again, thank you, and thank you, Warman, to coming along and spare your time. Thank you very much. I know it's too late in Hong Kong,
It's right.
and
It's right.
and I feel sorry for you as well because your soul is somewhere else. and you are somewhere else because your wife and your princess, they are in Japan and you are in Hong Kong. So I'm really sorry, and I pray and quickly God do something so you all start living together again in one place.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. So yeah, also let me share one more thing. That's
Yes.
yeah, after joining World Kabaddi, that's yeah, this is a very interesting Kabaddi journey. So you meet a lot of amazing people, and then I learn a lot of new things. So again, we met in 2016 in Birmingham, and I've never imagined that yeah, after that we've been together in many cities. So after that, we met in Ahmedabad, and then Johor Bahru, Manaka, Ahmedabad, and Jaipur, and Shanghai, Hangzhou. So yeah, so many cities.
Lot of
I
memories, lot of
didn't
memories.
expect that at all. And but this is how Kabaddi brought us together, and yeah, met many amazing people.
This is the true what you said, and I always believe kabaddi is a family. If we don't involve in kabaddi, I don't met Mr. Wyman and other friends in the different country, Mr. Arasu or the other. So we don't met. This is only kabaddi. So one thing you must believe, this is the bonding. Okay, kabaddi bring you in. Kabaddi is a wider family. Okay, so we don't know each other families, right? And we not born in the same family and same city, but due to kabaddi, yes, we know we are a family,
Mhm.
isn't
Yeah,
it? We can
yeah.
share our thought, we can talk to each other. Yes, that's a sports. What a lovely sports.
Indeed, indeed.
Thank you very much for your time, and I appreciate that. And keep doing what you're doing. One vision, one spirit, only kabaddi.
Mm.
Thank you. Good night. Good night.
Good night. Good
Good
night.
night. So you just listen the view of Mr. Wyman Tang, and he's a very sincere, very good guy, and always love kabaddi and sported since he started and created a team and the boys and the girls and train them and arrange the funding for them, and he never ever mourn anything, and he's still doing it. Very good gentleman. I hope everybody uh, get something what he said, how we can develop the kabaddi, how we can achieve together, and there's a many way to get help to develop the kabaddi. Yes, I hope you like it, and if we said anything wrong in our conversation, so sorry, and keep watching the Kabaddi Coach channel. This is your channel, and our aim to give you much information on kabaddi, the world-wise, how kabaddi is established in the Europe and the Western country. So if you have any question, so please send us, and I'll try to reply you, and I'll try to ask who you want any questions. Thank you very much. Keep watching Kabaddi Call. Thank you.